You've placed an order for 60 Espresso Newport t-shirts. You've placed the art on chest center, and normally this customer does not need price tags, doesn't require any special handling, but this order is different. This time the customer does. So we'll head for that price tag tab and see what we find. Notice in the upper right hand corner that there's a button that allows you to simply add price tags to the line. Click on it. There's now a price tag in place, and the customer will be charged 10 cents for it automatically. Now normally if the customer required a price tag, that would have been configured at the customer account level. This would have come down automatically, and you would have been reminded of that fact when you began the order. Again, this is a special circumstance. And if you changed your mind and didn't want the price tag, simply click on the button again and the price tag's gone. Change your mind a third time, click on the button to add them, and here they come again. Now what kind of price tag do you want? Well, Ouray provided is the default, but you could go with other possibilities. And if you did choose one of them, then you could put some notes over here in the price tag notes window explaining exactly what you needed. I'm going to stick with the Ouray provided tag. Jumping past this warning with a red outline, let's continue on to look at what type of UPC you want. It's defaulting to configured with a UPC formula type of UPC-A. Configured means that we will automatically generate a UPC when the order is ended based on the style, the color, the size, the art, and the name drop. If you wanted a different type of UPC, such as customer provided, then you need to provide that UPC information for us. If it were a variable UPC, that should be automatically configured at the customer account level after you've conferred with Ouray special handling guru, Greg Kaiser. I'm going to leave it at configured. And I'm not going to mess with UPC formula types because I have no idea what these mean. I don't think you do either, and if you don't and you need help, call Greg, extension 257. Moving on, we notice that we could print additional text on that price tag, but we're limited to 10 characters because after all, that price tag is a fairly small label. And one of the major reasons for adding a price tag is of course to put pre-pricing on that label for the customer, and this customer wants to sell these $8 shirts for $19.95, so you just simply type in $19.95, and then you could keep typing if you want to waste your time, but you could also click on the copy button right here, and once you do, the remaining fields below are filled in for you automatically. The same thing would have happened if you had a unique SKU for the customer. Type that in once, copy it by clicking on that button. Final reminder is that the UPC column will not be filled in until the order is ended, just as this warning tells you. So we've got our price tags and our UPCs and our pre-pricing in place, but the customer also requested some special handling on this order. So we'll go to that tab and see what dangers await us there. Everything comes up with default parameters, and I should warn you that this is an area, once again, that is generally automatically configured at the account level, and you seldom have to deal with it. Only the madman of Steamboat Springs, Todd Musselman, really ventures into this sandbox to play very often. So the default hang tag type is the Ouray default, but of course I have other choices. And let's say that I do go with customer provided. Notice that that added 15 cents to the price. Where do I want that customer provided hang tag to be placed? Well, the default is through the woven label at the neckline. But if I check the box, I have other choices: left sleeve, left underarm, or other. And if I click on other, then I can fill in my hang tag notes saying where it is I actually want it to be attached. Looking from left to right, notice that there is a space for you to provide some licensing tag notes. This would generally only come down from the account, and if you actually do need help with this, that's my advice. Moving down, let's look at the label. The woven label type by default is Ouray's, but as usual we have plenty of other choices, And we'll go with the customer provided label here, which adds 25 cents to the price. And I'll put a note in here indicating exactly what we want for our woven label. Moving from left to right, the folding type is our next consideration in special handling, which defaults to bifold, of course, and as usual has lots of other choices. Yes, I could do something silly here. Yes, I could ask for a trifold, but I'm going to select rolled T because that really is one of the areas that you might actually need to come to for special handling from time to time. It adds 10 cents to the price, and that's the way that you order a single rolled T. Continuing our journey from left to right, the Bundled Product Program window is defaulting to the Ouray rubber band, and if that's all you need, you don't have to ever worry about it. But if a band is required, check that box and then go with a custom band and then put band notes in there indicating exactly what rubber band you want us to use instead of the default. Heading on down, we're almost done. Do we need a poly bag? Well, of course we do. So we check that box, we add 25 cents to the price, and then we tell them what kind of poly bag we need. Continuing on, what type of pre-packaging do we need? Defaulting to none, of course, but we could ask for one size per bag, standard packing, or other C notes, adding yet another dime to the price. And the packaging that we want would be something like this, perhaps, the Todd Musselman Special. And finally, not to leave any stone unturned, if there's some other special packaging that's really required for this unique order, we could add that price in this field right here, and then just simply put notes indicating what it is that we need. So we've added price tags to this order, and we've included all kinds of special handling, all of which will create a package that's bound to please the customer.